what's going on, AI?
A beautiful evening in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Our setting tonight, the FedEx Forum. Live from Memphis, Tennessee at the home of the Grizzlies. We're broadcasting from the FedEx Forum. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Green, he's checked in for Gasol. Caspi comes in for Jackson. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Garrett Temple. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. On the perimeter, it's Booker and Jackson. Rashawn Holmes out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's AI in at the point.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
You know, Brent, when you think of Devin Booker, you immediately think scoring. But he's become, as time goes on, an excellent facilitator as well.
Well, I think he's learning to do that, Kevin, because of the playing time that he's getting. And the defenses that he has seen in the early part of his career have been quite unique. You know, 2 out of the first 3 years that he played in the NBA, he's averaging over 20 points. So the passing part of his game, the more feel part of his game, it's coming along nicely.
Brooks outside. 43 seconds left to play in the first. Conley, it's stolen by Ariza. AI in the post, covered by Conley, and it's AI missing, and the Grizzlies leading by 9. Outside Conley. Outside Green. Jackson against Parsons. 4 on the shot clock. Over Jackson. Parsons' shot is off. AI left side for 3. Booker. And so the first quarter is in the books. Grizzlies lead by 9. And we'll be back in just a moment. It's been a non-traditional basketball journey for AI.
Before coming to the NBA, I knew
And AI was the first to follow this path, but now, Greg, that the trail has been blazed, we could see many more.
And basketball is such a global sport and played in so many countries that it was just a matter of time before a story like AI's happened.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
We've got Conley. Chandler Parsons out there with Caspi. Then it's JaMychal Green, and it's Brooks in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Already, Brent, we've seen a changing of the guard of some teams where a new player is now the #1 option.
Well, I expected that this year we were going to have some of this take place. A lot of the reason why I would point to it is that you had 9 new coaches in the NBA this year. So there's going to be opportunity on some of those teams for somebody to take advantage of a new offense, a new way to play, a new way to get up and down the floor. And with that opportunity, some guys are taking full advantage of it.
I love the new opportunities, though, for some players that may have been pushed to the side a bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I like the opportunity maybe for some of these teams to start changing some of the older guard with their squad. Maybe come trade deadline. I think this year there's going to be a lot of movement come February because of those coaching changes.
The Suns have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And Memphis making a change here. Gasol's checked in, and Phoenix also making a switch. Warren's checked in.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
And stolen by AI. Here is Daniels. Brooks covering. Pass to AI. Kicks it to Chandler. Good ball movement here by the Suns. The Suns need to get a shot off. Shoots it up. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Ariza. Memphis has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game.
And remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game his second season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple, a professional scorer.
And the Suns call time. And with Warren, with kind of an old school approach, Greg, very active with his mid-range game.
And this guy can get buckets around that rim. As he stretches his range, I think he'll only get more and more dangerous.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies in control with the 9-point lead. And now the third quarter had to get going. You look at Michael Conley, what a contribution.
Yeah, it's what
They double him with Booker. Outside Jackson. Outside Gasol. Outside Conley. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got 14 points.
You know, when Conley's scoring like this, I think they are a better team. I mean, the passing is great, but fill it up, Mike. I'm loving this.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Chandler out there with Ayton. And it's AI in at the 1 spot. Here's Gasol. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Parsons checked in for the Grizzlies. Dylan Brooks comes in for Garrett Temple. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Fast break, Memphis. Brooks has got the ball. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's AI. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. AI's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, Suns coach Igor Kokoskov, the NBA's first ever head coach, born and raised outside of North America. He will not be the last, but a great opportunity for Phoenix as this guy's paid his dues. 18 years as an NBA assistant, including 5 early years in Phoenix.
And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Suns.
Well, you love seeing the backcourt stay active and putting that speed and quickness to use on the glass. They've gotten a lot of rebounds and helping to do whatever they can for the win.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Green, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Caspian for Jackson. Trevor Ariza is checked in for the Suns. Troy Daniels comes in for Devin Booker. Suns trail by 13. AI passes to Ayton. And he gets the bucket. Ayton's got his first bucket of the night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And it's Conley penetrating. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Richaun Holmes comes in for Ayton. And Josh Jackson subbed in for Tyson Chandler. Parsons against Jackson. Makes it off the glass. Parsons got 5 points in the quarter. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is help. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
Suns trail by 12. Jackson has the open look, and the lead is down inside single digits. Jackson's got 5.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Brooks kicks to Green, and the pass to Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Green. Offensive rebound. From deep. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams. Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this league.
And, Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up. 2K Sports, happy to have you with us. They've got Garrett Temple. Caspi is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Brooks, and it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. AI can't hit.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And Dylan Brooks, the former Pac-12 Player of the Year. Greg with that. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but the...
Clay got a faster release, though.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up,
you
man?
help me stretch my arm out real quick?
Yeah. So we can work on today besides this.
Try to get some shots up.
All right. Other side.
That's good. Cool. Hey, thanks.
All right, AI, let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Deep breaths. Keep on moving, gentlemen.
Hey, see you later, man.
Hey, all right, AI. I see you want to work on finishing at the hoop. Let's get started.
Just like that.
Nicely done, AI. Way to go.
Next time, man. Next time.
All right, AI. Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started.
again. Hop to it. This is where it counts.
Next time, man. Next time.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And for Oklahoma City, it's been an ideal start to the season for them.
Coverage of the NBA here on 2K Sports. A happy Sunday evening to you and yours. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in, and Phoenix also making a switch. AI has checked in. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Warren on the perimeter. Jackson is out there with Ayton. And it's AI in at the point guard position. You're seeing some guys who were role players last year, Doris, now stepping up in their games individually and becoming more prominent.
Well, I think that has to do with two things. First, the off-season work you put in. It's really advanced at this point. And what that work that you put in the off-season does is it raises your confidence level. And when you step between the lines, you better believe you can contribute. So it's, yes, it's skill development, it's strength, it's conditioning, it's nutrition. There's so many things that go into a role player starting to become more assertive and more involved.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Erlens Noel checks in for Patterson. That's Felton in for Andre Robertson.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Schroeder kicks to Felton to the left side wing. Schroeder outside. Adams right side. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Ayton.
Well, you love when Steven Adams shows his strength. Even with the defense in his grill, he finds a way to score.
Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Phoenix also making some changes. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Ayton. Rashawn Holmes comes in for T.J. Warren. And it's Troy Daniels in for Devin Booker. Ariza with the bucket.
Man, hard to believe already. They're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Boy, they have come out strong. They've controlled the pace, asserted their will. Wow.
Here's Schroeder. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Schroeder's got 7.
And that's how you answer back.
You can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Daniels dishes to Chandler. Here's AI. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Grant. Rebounded by Holmes.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Holmes, that's a screen. Ariza passes to AI. Count that one. AI's. Got his second basket of the game. 34 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And stolen by AI. Now the pass to Ariza. No good from outside. Outside, Felton. Pass to Adams. Now here's Grant. Trying to find Schroeder. Gets it to him. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Out to the right wing. Here's Chandler. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Phoenix Suns heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2000.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Now the second quarter. quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs, resulting in... Steals. This has been pretty to watch.
Grant is out there at Nerlens Noel. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then it's Felton in at the 2 guard. That's AI outside. He dishes it to Warren. And here's AI. Chandler is screen. AI passes to Chandler, and Chandler throws it down.
Well, huge wingspan, even for that center position. Chandler can throw it down from really anywhere within a few feet of the rim.
Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it. AI with it. Westbrook picks him up. Chandler outside. Clock at 6. Here's AI. That 3 off target had some space.